We're live.
We're live.
We are
Hey,
live.
everybody. We are live at the Big Easy. Our venue host this evening is Oulabala. Our podcast host is Christina and Frank Sasso. The Sassos are in. There you go. That's the big lead in. And listen to this. Tonight, we're here because we've rebranded our podcast. Coaching You For You is now Word on the Curb. You want to know what Word on the Curb is all about? Everything we're talking about out here in the streets, whether it's politics, gays, lesbians, LGBTQ. I hope I didn't get. I didn't mess
I am
that
not
up.
going to
A
help.
lot of
Yeah.
letters there.
There's a lot of letters. All of those letters.
I
We're
like
talking about
gays and lesbians.
religion. We're going to be talking about religion. But we're here at the Big Easy tonight, and there's phenomenal food here. If you hear us, pull up. Come on in. There are appetizers, and don't worry about dinner. You can pick it up and take it home. We are here. We are live. Let's get it. Say hello, Christina.
Hello, everyone out there. How are you doing? It's nice to be here. It's nice to have a little audience. This is new for us. We don't usually have an audience.
We don't. We're an audience all by ourselves because we're so out of control.
That's right. That's right.
And where's the guy back there from 7-Eleven?
Oh, please. I make no comment about 7-Eleven.
Now I'm the guy from 7-Eleven.
Forever.
I
I wasn't the one who was
catfish.
catfish multiple times.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh. He went in deep.
Oh, please, really?
I went deep.
I'm going to come back. He's trying to drown me here, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm ready for him tonight.
We just drove. How many hours, Chris? 5 hours?
Yeah, I think
We
that.
were in Georgia yesterday. And then we drove overnight. And then we drove this morning to be here for this show
Yes, yes.
because we didn't want to miss it.
Because we love you in that.
I love you back. You guys are phenomenal. They are my podcast hosts forever. And so we are talking about Word on the Curb. And here's what I want to tell you about tonight. What the hell were you thinking? What were you thinking when you elected people to office and then left them unsupervised? What were you thinking? Did you think after electing them that they would leave and go away and do the policy and the procedures and everything that worked on your behalf? How could they? You didn't tell them what you wanted.
Who were you doing yet?
You.
We were away. You yelled at us?
No.
Yeah.
We didn't leave them
She's
unsupervised.
talking to the audience, Frank.
So out of control.
People even watching us.
You know what?
Yeah.
We let him in because he's the host for the podcast.
You're the
Otherwise,
This is your game now.
Yes.
he hosts the live. I do the talking. But you understand what I'm going through over here right now, right? This is our live. This is our rebranding. This is our launch. And we're here at the Big Easy. And so we were talking about all of those elected officials you put in office and then leave them on the field to run the play by themselves. The people are the quarterback. You know, you're the ones who carry the ball down the field. You thought I didn't know about football, didn't you, Frank?
Yes, I did.
I'm impressed.
I love football. I like basketball too. I like shooting from the three-pointer line.
Basketball, I can get into that.
Can you?
Well, I was into basketball for a long time. I just got into it. My friend Steve told me everything about it. I watched my first game by myself. The first time I did that, a news interruption broke in of a white Ford Broncos going down the highway, and OJ, that was the last football game I ever watched. OJ ruined basketball for me, among other things.
He did not ruin basketball for you.
He ruined it for me. Yes, he did.
So I'm a,
that up again, Frank.
Well, how do you follow that?
so we're
With the
talking.
game.
Put a ball.
Yeah.
We're talking about Word on the Curb.
Yes.
And so I asked you, what the hell were you thinking when you left your elected officials unsupervised? But I'm going to ask you another question. And this leads into something that Frank talks about often. If you want a good relationship, keep your head out the bed. Get to know what's in the head before you lay your head in the bed.
That's a lot of head.
That's a lot of beds and heads. And you're live, Frank.
Calm down, Ray, going over there.
He's
I'm just saying there's a lot of
He's laughing like crazy.
You
We,
think it's
we
like
talk
doing
about relationships failing because the heads drop in the beds first.
Right.
Yes,
Before you
I
get to know the person,
Right.
before you get to know who they are, before you get to take a look at what they're doing.
Right.
We talk about solidarity. What the hell were you thinking when you thought that you could simply talk about solidarity and not participate in it? Solidarity is for all of us. Hey, over here at Word on the Curb, there's enough space for all of us. And we're going to be talking about things that are not always comfortable for everybody. But isn't that what good conversation is all about? They told me that if everybody likes you, you're not doing something right.
That's right.
So we seem to be doing okay over here with Trenton Waves.
Yeah, a lot of people like us.
I think it's a bit many people hating and liking.
I'm working on them. These are my friends. I'm working on them. They host the podcast for me. I am just the host of the podcast. They actually
You'll
host.
get the
I'm going to give you
Thank
their
you.
email
Thank you.
before I leave. I want you to reach out to them and tell them whatever you're thinking. But Word on the Curb is about all of the things we need to talk about. We need to talk about how we spend our money. We spend billions. What are we doing with it? Do you know the power of your money? Do you know the power of your vote? Do you know the power of solidarity? Until you get that, you're not going to get anything. And I want you to join us live whenever you have the heart here at Word on the Curb to have some of the discussion. We want to talk about immigration. It's a great conversation to have. I'm listening, Frank and Christina, to what's going on in Florida right now.
Mhm.
And there's some discussion about the country crumbling if immigration is enforced. I think it's a great discussion to have because immigrants, as well as first, second, third, fourth, fifth generation immigrants, have their place here in the melting pot where we all work together. We don't have to fight about it. Fighting about it doesn't solve anything. And it creates chaos. So get in where you fit in. Solidarity, the value of your money, the value of your vote.
That's a biggie.
Yeah, the value of your vote. So let's just hit that for 1 second. Until people understand how much that vote means, they will never understand the impact of not voting.
Yeah.
Voting is about letting your elected officials know that you are aware, you're there, and you're paying attention. You're not paying attention and you leave them on the field unsupervised. You get what your hand calls for. How dare you be upset because an elected official that you've put in office 4 times has not committed anything to your community. And while we're talking about this, I want to make it clear that elected officials don't serve individuals. They serve a community. And when you look to your elected officials, what you should be looking for is how they move, work, and play in your community as a whole. Get up on this. We're here live at Word on the Curb, and I'm going to take a break and bring Shadira Lee in because she has a poem for you about why it's important to hear her voice. Come on in, girl. Give her a round of applause, y'all. Hello. Can you hear me? You got her, Frank?
Well, I'll share.
Here. Let's
Here.
Okay, got it. All right.
Yeah, we're working without a net
Here.
right now.
Hey.
What are you doing? Get on the mic. No. Go on the mic now.
Go on the mic.
Don't look me, I'm not.
Hello?
What I'm doing.
Okay, can you hear?
Yes, I can. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, all right.
You just can't see her.
So
Because she can get an invite to StreamYard.
Oh.
So she's out on the.
That's okay.
She's not in the yard. She's on the curb. The word on the
She,
curb.
oh, she has
She has the word on the curb.
Give us
Come on,
word.
bring the word on the curb, girl.
So first, I just want to say thank you so much for having this platform to talk about hard issues. You're somebody that talked to me about hard issues growing up as a child when I was 12 years old. She's the first person that really taught me to value myself as a Black woman in this country. So we appreciate you. You are valuable to our community, and I love this space. So this poem talks about talking to generations before and after us, so that we can really come to understanding. And it goes like this: co-written by Annette Lartigue and I. If you want to talk to my generation, then you better have something to say, because each and every one of us has come a very long way. It wasn't always easy, and we didn't have the things that you did: sneakers, podcasts, radio. Yeah, that's not all of our bids. We need a little bit more now. You want us to engage, right? Show us how to do it, or we're going to slam that door on you. If you can't reach us, you can't teach us. In this revolution, we will be liberated through our ability to agree on what is humanity. Values that transcend generations. Together we can. It's the only way we can. Power to the people.
Whoa. Whoa. Shadira Lee, all the way from the Big T, downtown at the Big Easy with Oulabala, Christina and Frank Sasso,
I had respond to that.
and
That poem. That was pretty powerful.
she's powerful. Tell
Okay.
us the reason I asked,
I don't want you to
We have some questions. Sit down.
the reason I asked Shadira here tonight is because, number one, she's a part of my heart. She's a part of my family.
Okay.
And shout out to my family and friends tonight. And Shadira came through Brown with a full scholarship, right?
Yes.
That's impressive.
So how old are you? And what's on the minds of your generation? What are you guys thinking about? Just give us a little bit.
Yes. Well, I am definitely thinking about all issues social justice related, whether that ranges from criminal justice issues to education equity. Talking to young people, making sure that their voices are amplified, because we do need to have conversations across generations,
Yes.
because that's the only way we're going to make sure that our future is secure for everyone. And we all have something to learn from. So I'm really thinking about education equity and what it looks like for us to go into schools and feel like our students and our young people are supported with their talents, their gifts, and what they have to bring to this world.
And what does that look like?
I think first, just honoring their voices. And so as I talk to young people in Trenton in particular, they just want to be heard. They want platforms where they can really express themselves freely without being judged, safe spaces to create and be children to be youth. So definitely more young youth programs, investing in their basic needs, making sure that their housing is covered, food is covered, their basic necessities are taken care of, so that they're not worried about that when they go to school, when they engage with their peers.
So come up with a podcast. And I mean that. Let me tell you, we're living in a golden age right now, where anybody can hit a computer, jack in a mic, just start talking. Before they know it, they got like 100,000 people listening to them, right? That would be the perfect platform, right? To get your voice out there, to get your ideas out there, and be heard. My opinion.
Great opinion, and that's why she's here. Because Word on the Curve has a space for her and her generation.
Right.
Yeah.
So are you going to have guests come on from different generations?
We're going to have different generations. Listen, when I tell you we're going to be talking about everything, it would not be Word on the Curve if we did not include all.
You tell us things on what the show is about. We come here and definitely have no idea what the show is even about.
Learn as you go along. This show is about Word on the Curve. Whatever's out there, we're talking about. We're talking about this generation who wants to be heard. We're talking about social justice. We're talking about solidarity. We're talking about votes. We're talking about money. We're talking about finances. We're talking about relationships. Christina said we're talking about sex too. And we are. She slipped that in. That was a good one. But
Go over your chicken wings over. Yesterday's chicken wings are done.
it's
Jeez.
it's about everything. It's about the conversations we need to have.
Yes.
And they're not always going to be comfortable.
All right, okay.
So had you been listening earlier,
Look, I'm checking the levels over here. I'm also the engineer today. How dare you? How dare you?
I have a question. How did you guys meet? I know when you met when you were 12, but how?
she came to a mentoring program.
Oh.
I was in the debutantes with the Women Who Mean Business.
Say it loud.
The Women Who Mean Business. I'm very proud of that board.
See that? You look like one of them.
For 4 years, y'all. 4 years.
Okay. So you were born and raised in Trenton?
Wasn't born, but definitely raised. So I went to middle and high school here.
Okay, cool. So what was your degree in Brown?
Public policy.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's good.
She didn't come to play. This is not checkers.
Hey.
It's chess.
It's terrible. It's not even twisted, for God's sake.
Oulabala, can I get you over here on the mic? He says, God help us. Oulabala's coming on. Come on in. Come on in. Tell us a little bit about the Big Easy and why you were so gracious in letting us host here tonight.
Well, I'm just a gracious guy.
Very humble. Yeah, very humble.
That sometimes. But you know, when I think of Annette Artigue, I'll put it all on Annette Artigue, take it off. I see her as a historian. I remember her tenure in city council, and she was a force. And so when she asked me, could she launch her podcast here, I said absolutely. And because I know the Big Easy represents power, energy, and the people, and she acknowledges that. That's why she chose this location, out of all the locations she could have chosen. And I'm honored to have her and her guests at the Big Easy, and keep driving forward.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, let's be honest. Like, you also probably scared, really scared to say no.
Here he is.
Well, knows how to answer here at the Big Easy.
Right.
No and can't. No and can't. That word doesn't exist here.
Those words don't exist.
That's right. So when you're building, then those two words don't exist. No and can't. So when I call on her, guess what she's going to say? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because the next easy like Sunday morning.
Like Sunday morning. Thank
This
you.
is awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Oulabala.
You're most welcome.
Another topic that we're going to discuss in length to raise more awareness is breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
And I want to shout out my sister-in-law, Audrey Walker, and thank her for committing to the cause. And if you have something to say, we're live tonight. Come on and pick up the headphones.
Oh, she's here too?
Yes.
Oh.
Pick up the mic. If you don't remember anything else, remember this, get your mammogram. Get tested. Don't put it off. A day makes a difference.
I have to put this on.
Hey, Audrey.
Yes, even if you walk 10,000 miles a day, get your mammogram.
That's right.
So I would first like to say happy birthday to my brother in heaven, Wayne Latig, who was Annette's husband.
That's why we launched today.
Okay.
Happy birthday to him. I miss him a lot. But I thank God for Annette. Thank God she's here. Thank God she's continuing on. Thank God for this Word on the Curve podcast. So I want to talk about breast cancer a little bit. I am a survivor, 19 years, and we have a Healing Stream Breast Cancer Awareness Organization, which was launched based on the fact that I had the disease. Breast cancer, all I can say is early detection is key. You find it early and you move quickly and you replace fear with faith and hope, you can survive like me. And there are so many that have not survived. However, they I don't know, it's something about this disease. You see the strength in people that you don't even think that they have. So I'm not sure. I mean, I knew you were gonna call me, but I'm just not.
Organization that you just mentioned?
It's the Healing Stream Breast Cancer Awareness Organization.
Did you start that?
Yes, myself and another young lady. We started out with 2, now there's 12 very compassionate women. And the difference between our organization and I guess all like what are the other organizations? Breast Cancer America, those things. I mean, we thank God for them, Robert Wood Johnson and all that. But with those organizations, you have to go to them. With our organization, we come to you. We come to your home. We sit with you. You can talk to us. We talk to you. We'll listen.
That's amazing.
We give you resources. We have college scholarships that we give to young people whose parent or someone in their families going through breast cancer. We give them 3 scholarships out a year for $1,000 each. We do immediate needs. It's like if you call and say, you know, my mom's going through breast cancer, she has to quit her job, and you know, we're struggling, you know, we'll give you those things to survive. Food. We might have to give you a ride to the doctors, just things like that, just small intimate things that you might not think of until you're going through it.
Right. Wow, that's fantastic. So you took something negative and you made it positive. That's really great. And just say the name again. I'm saying that just so that people can hear it, and how can they get in touch with you?
Okay, so it's the Healing Stream Breast Cancer Awareness Organization. And we have I think one of the finest, largest breast cancer walks in the city of Trenton every year.
Okay.
It's held in October. We have it at Mercer County Park. So far, I guess the number has been like 700 has been the most, but we're expecting it to be 1,000 this year. And that's October the 7th.
Okay.
And we raise a lot of awareness there. You know, people come, they walk, we hug, we call it line dance. We do it all. We have music, just enjoy each other, love on each other, and remember those who have gone and celebrate us who remain.
And those in the struggle become aware. So thank you. Thank you, Audrey Walker.
Thank you, Annette Latig.
Well, how do you pronounce your last name?
Walker's mine, Latig. The R is actually silent.
We say Latig.
We say Latig.
So maybe
That's
that's just a
fine.
Brooklyn thing.
It might be Brooklyn, but my dad was Latig.
Latig. Well, I think you got it right.
Yeah, I kind of missed that day.
We always do it Latig.
Now that's how a lot of
Yeah.
Most people pronounce it that way. And so, I'd like to thank you again for joining me here live at Word on the Curb podcast. There's a lot to talk about. If it's on the curb, we're having the discussion at the national level, at the state level, at the local level, and definitely at the community level. Join us on Wednesdays.
Wait a minute. I'm hearing this for the first time. I'm not kidding.
He just has to show up with the mic.
Join us on Wednesdays. And that's it.
Join us on Wednesdays. We might show up on Tuesdays.
Ooh.
We have not decided what time
Right.
we're going to show up, but we're going to be there.
It was your fault,
We were
Frank.
away.
Always his
We were
friend.
away, enjoying our life.
What is it?
Her podcast.
He was in Georgia talking about Word on the Color
Right.
podcast. I have proof.
Right.
So knock it off.
I have proof. Oh, that's right. You know what? You're right. You're absolutely
It's
right.
posted on Facebook.
That's
That's
right.
right. So join us. We're going to be, talking about a lot of things, but you know what? conversation over here is different because it includes you. Thanks for joining us here this evening.
I like that.
Frank and Christina, thank you for being my host.
It's been till 7 o'clock.
Oulabala, thank you for having us here at the Big Easy. We have enjoyed this time, your energy and effort to support us.
Yeah.
Have a good evening.
Wait a second. I want to bring Ray and Kelly in too.
No, now, I just,
Yeah. Thank you, Audrey.
oh.